All right, so for number five here, we've got Silver Chariot. Silver Chariot is a stand that belongs to Polnareff. Silver Chariot is a close range stand. Most of the stands on this list will be close range since we're talking about combat stands. Most close range stands are about 1 to 2 meters in range. Well, actually, I think it's about like 2 to 3 meters if I remember correctly. Silver Chariot specifically attacks with like swords, like really just one sword. It normally tries to go for like quick and precise attacks. Very fast, um, stuff like that. And you might be thinking right now it's kind of basic, but what Silver Chariot can do is it has another ability where it can kind of shoot its armor off, and when it takes its armor off, its speed greatly increases, even to the point where you can kind of see after images with it. Um, and I think Silver Chariot is a pretty solid stand, and so that's why I put it just at number five. All right, so for number four, we've got the world, and if you've ever, watched JoJo at all, any, then you would know that the world is Dio Brando's stand, the main villain of pretty much all the way to Stardust Crusaders. The world, like I said, like every other stand on this list, is it's a close range stand. Range is 2 meters. The world pretty much attacks with punches, barrage of punches. Muda muda muda. You guys know how it is. Um, in the fight with Jotaro, it's also been shown to come down on Jotaro with a road roller. I wouldn't necessarily consider that an ability or attack, but I guess that just kind of speaks. Maybe you could just use that as a feat, like it can pick up a road roller very easy and use it as a weapon. But the world's main ability is it can stop time, you know, which is pretty OP. Stopping time, that's pretty good. And with the world's ability to stop time, a combination of its speed and strength, which is greater, far greater than most stands, like way greater than most stands. I'm pretty sure you can easily see how it's very dangerous. All right, so for the third stand, we have King Crimson. King Crimson is a stand that belongs to Diavolo. He is the main enemy in the newest animated JoJo series. Anyway, um, the thing about King Crimson is also a close range stand, but the thing about King Crimson that I think is a big big difference between the other stands that were on this list is that King Crimson, when he hits or when he strikes, like for example, when he hit Bushiardi, it made like kind of an immediate hole in his chest. We've seen before, him just swinging will take off limbs. I just think it's kind of just been shown that his stand has had a little bit more power than the other stands previously, like in this list. Um, as far as also speed goes, like as far as like a speed feat, you could say King Crimson's faster than Sticky Fingers. And Sticky Fingers is, I guess you could say, is relative to Golden Experience before Requiem. Um, King Crimson also has two other abilities, which are pretty broken. The first one is Erase Time, which pretty much for 10 seconds, um, any actions that happen or take place within that 10 seconds happen as normal, but within that 10 seconds, Diavolo can pretty much already see what's going on. So pretty much in that 10 seconds, he can see everything you're going to do or what happens in that 10 seconds and can make the best decision based off your actions. Which that's pretty much his main thing, and it shows it all the time. Um, his second ability is Epita, which pretty much I'm pretty sure it's just kind of like kind of random. But during battles, it just kind of gives him random glimpses of the future. But I would say it's more specific incidences, like in fights. Like for instance, man, I cannot um, remember right now. I can't remember exactly what I was saying. I got a little bit off trail. But Epita allows Diavolo to just see certain incidences in the fight. Like he may be able to see his victory, or like throwing up the razor blades as we saw, and things of that nature. All right, I'm gonna go to the next one. Sorry, my mind was just kind of drawing a blank, guys. All right, so for number four, and a lot of people may feel like this should be number five, but you guys will probably be questioning what is number five after I say this. But number four to me is Golden Experience Requiem. Um, the reason why I think it's number four, well, let me just tell you a little bit about it first. GER is Giorno Stan. Everybody knows who Giorno is. Everybody knows that the Requiem stand is obtained differently than a normal stand, but similar to it. Just the same way how a normal person gets a stand by getting poked by an arrow. Essentially, you would take that same arrow and stab your stand with it to make it Requiem. Um, and essentially, that would make it Requiem, and would I guess essentially what it does is it's a kind of you could say it gives the use give it would alter your stand to kind of try to, I guess, fulfill your wishes that you had at the time. Like for instance, when it was used, when Polnareff stand went Requiem, um when you had Silver Chariot Requiem, Polnareff wanted to protect the arrow, and when his stand became Requiem, his stand wanted to protect the arrow, allowing, letting nobody get near it or letting nobody touch it at whatever the cost. Same with Giorno, because he wanted to pretty much, win pretty much no matter what the cost was, and that allowed him to do that. But anyway, um, more about GER. It allows the user, who is Giorno, to, I guess you could say, fly or levitate, because you don't really see GR too much, besides really like one fight. But when it was shown, Giorno could fly slash levitate, um, could pretty much shoot seemingly a beam of energy, um, life energy, maybe that was like wielded offensively. It seemed. What else? Also, if you check the, I'll try to put it on the screen, but if you check the stand stat for its speed, if I remember correctly, it says like none, for its speed, and maybe something else, and maybe like a few other things, maybe everything if I remember correctly, because it's just kind of like it can't be measured. So it's pretty safe to say that GER has immeasurable stats. Well, it's like far greater than every other stand so far. As far as pretty much everything, um, and including GER also, you know, um, getting a power up. It also still has its old abilities, which was pretty much the ability to give life to inorganic things. Um, and it has two new abilities with it becoming GR, which is Revert to zero, which is pretty much any action made against GR or the user will be pretty much reverted, undone. So essentially, Diavolo attacks Giorno. Um, the attack, Diavolo attacks Giorno and erases time. Erasing time, him attacking Giorno is all reverted. It's a pretty OP ability, and I wonder how that would work against like certain people or certain things. It would be nice to see it played out more. Um, the second ability that he has, which is I would say this is more OP than Revert to Zero, which is his Infinite Death Loop, which as long as GR kills or possibly even hits an opponent, they're trapped in an endless reality where they die over and over in different ways. And the thing about that to me is the thing I'm a little bit confused about is in the stand stats for it, I'm pretty sure it says if it just punches the opponent, like they're trapped in the death loop. But I just feel like that's so broken, like anybody he tries to fight, it's just boom, just one hit and you're done. You know what I mean? Like he doesn't even have to kill them. That'd just be crazy. But I mean that's what the stand stats say. So I'm pretty sure that's just how it is. But and hearing all that still may make you think like, what is stronger than this, or like, how could this man think a stand is better than this? But we're about to get to number 5, and you guys will know. All right, so here we are at the end of the video. So the last person, number 5. Okay, what's the last person? The last stand, number 5. Okay, now a lot of people may not agree with me on this, but it's whatever, and I'll tell you why I think this is the strongest stand, the strongest combat stand, and the strongest stand, like in that sense. I think it's Made in Heaven, which Made in Heaven is the stand from Part 6. The main antagonist of Part 6, who was Poochie the priest, the evil priest Poochie. um Made in Heaven, I would say it doesn't really have like necessarily a lot of physical power. Like you couldn't exactly compare it to like a Star Platinum and like strength, but that's not exactly what Made in Heaven is about at all. What makes Made in Heaven so deadly is its ability to fast forward time infinitely. Pretty much if you were to fight Poochie, or I'm pretty sure, if you're still watching this video, I'm pretty sure you have seen, well, you have read Part 6. And in Part 6, who fought Poochie? It was Jotaro, Anasui, Jolene. Who else was it? I feel like that was everybody, but I feel like I'm also still forgetting somebody. But I know Emporia was there, but I'm trying to think if anybody else was there. But anyway, for the most part, that was pretty much that's pretty much it. But um, but pretty much this is why Poochie. Okay, sorry guys, got off track a little bit. But the reason why Made in Heaven is so strong is because of its ability to increase time, because essentially what happens is that when Made in Heaven uses the ability to increase time, time pretty much continues to keep moving forward at an accelerated rate. So time just keeps going, and it just keeps going like crazy fast. And so pretty much it gets to the point where like days go by and seemingly maybe like seconds or minutes, and the only ones, and how this is how the manga described it. I'm just saying this is just how the manga described it. But the only ones that can move freely in this time is pretty much Poochie and God. So just think about that. Just think about like if you were fighting him, time starts to accelerate. It starts to get to the point where days go by and maybe like seconds to minutes. That would probably mess you up a little bit like mentally while fighting him. I feel like I would assume, you would have like it would affect your body in some way with because he's like literally affecting time itself. You know what I'm saying? Um, so I'm pretty sure that would have some type of like effect on your body or something like that. Um, and also pretty much as far as like his speed feet wise, we pretty much saw Poochie like fast enough to fight Jotaro and everybody else. And it's also, noted that Jotaro is like his punches are like, well, Star Platinum's punches are like, light speed, and Poochie moves, is moving fast enough to, distract Jotaro while also fighting, a few other people. So, that just says a lot as far as the speed. Um, what else? Um, one thing just to say, like another big thing about his speed is that and how much he can fast forward time. If you haven't read part 6, you definitely want to click off this video now. You probably still not even watch this video if you haven't watched part 6, but pretty much Made in Heaven fast forwards the universe to a point um, to where the universe is pretty much till the end of the universe, and at the end of the universe collapses in on itself, creating a Big Bang, and that Big Bang pretty much creates another universe. So that's just crazy. I mean, just like for real, like people like to say, golden experience is strongest stand, whatever, whatever, but if you really think about it, like that, that's a little bit above golden experience. Like this stand has the ability kind of to take a whole universe, you know what I'm saying? And just also noted that, Poochie, you know um I'm assuming took, the explosion, the Big Bang explosion or something, because I mean he was there, in the alternate universe, whatever, the newly created universe, whatever you want to say. Um, but I guess that's pretty much it with this video. I'm still like not the best at creating videos. If you guys have any like tips for me, you know what I'm saying, just tell me. If you guys have any like, ideas you want me to do, just let me know. If you guys like and sub, it, would really be a lot. But I appreciate you guys even just watching the video or just even watching to the end. But that's pretty much all I gotta say, guys. And all right, I'm out.